welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning, all of my fellow time zoners. Good afternoon, good evening to everyone in other parts of the world. I want to deal with yet another expert, dog trainer, behaviorist. They made something public that I want to respond to. And as always, I have invited several pit bull advocates, pit bull lovers. What I'll do, I'll go to Twitter and I'll just blind search pit bull lovers or dog lovers. Actually, pit bull. I only done this with the pit bull videos, which is real easy. You just go to Twitter, you click at, and just write pit, or you can write bully, B-U-L-L-Y, or you can write bullies, B-U-L-L-I-E-S. You can at pitties. You'll get a whole bunch of pit bull lovers. So that is why I have invited you. Some of you may have gotten an invite from me and you don't know who I am. Yeah, I blindly added you. Welcome. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me. Kittens, good morning. Buster Gundo. This is one of the tweets from the individual that I'm talking about. On Twitter, his name is Bone Thief. Bone Thief. Okay, let me go to his homepage real quick. Hope you all follow me on Twitter. Like I said, there's a lot of things on Twitter that I can't show on YouTube. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. There's a link. Should be a link on the homepage. So this is his Twitter handle. Look what he wrote here. He said, I get mad about dogs a lot. This is a dog trainer. He said, I get mad about dogs a lot. 18 and over only. Benny, Max Benny, I don't know. Maybe it's the name of his dogs. In his 30s. Bisexual. Transsexual. Is that right? He a bisexual and a transsexual? Okay, maybe he's both. ACAB, I don't even know what that is. Left hand path, vegan. Okay, whatever. He's a dog trainer. And he loves to make tweets. He loves to spread the wisdom of the pit bull advocates. Their wisdom that everybody else misunderstands. You know, they understand pit bulls, and people who don't approve of pit bulls in society, they say that we misunderstand the information. Okay, so he tried to enlighten us. He tried to educate us with his wisdom in this tweet. He said, with that fun news article about a dog attack circulating, now I don't know what article he's talking about. He said, let's take a second to remember that pit bull is not an umbrella term, and there are a variety of different bull breeds that have different looks. He said, pit bull is not an umbrella term, and there are a variety of different bull breeds that have different looks. And some of you may have seen this meme before. 6 different breeds of dogs, it says, bred with 6 different purposes in mind. Now that's a lie. I don't know what he's talking about. And even if some of them were bred for some other purpose, the bully is still in them. They still have that fighting breed in them. So it don't matter what your purposes were. He said they are not one breed of dog. Learn the difference. Well, here's what I say to that. No. How about that? We're not going to learn the difference. And we're going to keep saying pit bull. Why? Why are we going to keep saying pit bull? Now, I personally prefer bully breed, so that even in your language, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I don't have a problem with people referring to these things as pit bulls, even though they may be looking at a different bully type, because people are not into dogs like that. You can't expect people to have the same knowledge of dogs that you have. As a dog lover, yeah, you get into stuff like that. The little differences, the little really meaningless and pointless differences. We don't care what type of bully breed these are. It's the bully breed itself that we have a problem with. Do you understand that? Now, I know this person does not. This person does not understand that. And I can tell that by the subsequent tweets that he made. He said breed-specific law does nothing to actually protect people from dog attacks. That is a lie. That is a lie. Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? People, keep in mind, when these people say this, they're lying. Don't ever forget that. Because what these people are doing when they say this, what they are actually trying to imply or say is that the number of dog bites remains the same, even if you remove bully breeds from the society, which is a lie. It is a bold-faced lie. Now, not only is that a lie, because people, just use your common sense. As many dog reports as there is that surface where it's a bully breed, if bully breeds are removed, we wouldn't hear those stories no more. Their argument is that we would, but we'd hear it about another dog breed. Get out of here. That is very asinine, a baseless statement. But as always, they don't deal with the severity of the attacks. Breed-specific laws almost totally eliminates severe mutilations, and it drastically reduces the death count. Don't tell me. I know how many people are killed by pit bulls, how many people are mangled by pit bulls. I cover each individual story. I don't need to refer to no expert to make this argument. I'm the expert on this topic right here, this specific topic right here. That is a lie. I don't know where you're getting that from. But if you remove bully breeds from any state, any city, any jurisdiction, severe mutilation is going to drop drastically, and fatalities will drop drastically. I believe even bites in general will drop drastically. Okay? So he goes on. He said, Staffordshire Bull Terriers are not banned in the UK. Because he's saying that in response to this. This person said that there are 6 classed as dangerous in the UK. Y'all remember I shared that information before. There's a list of breeds in the UK that get regulated, but they're not banned. That's not even what he was saying, but he refuted anyway. He says Staffordshire Bull Terriers are not banned in the UK. And all it does is get lots of dogs seized and killed that were never a problem in the first place, or even have one of these breeds in them. So he's saying that breed-specific laws, it won't help to remove the mixed breeds. And that's a lie. That's a lie. The mixed breeds are quite easy to identify. That blockhead, that's some strong genes right there. And let me say, this is another one of those people who talks about how the media mislabels dogs, where they'll call a dog a pit bull when it wasn't technically a pit bull. It was a Staffordshire Bull Terrier or some nonsense like that. This is one of those people who likes to point that out. However, we don't care. It does not matter. That's irrelevant. Because the media, every time they call it a pit bull, it's always a bully breed. And that's all we care about. So that argument is null and void. It's null and void. Let's move on. Okay, and this statement about the dogs, the bully breeds, never being a problem in the first place, what are you talking about? We're removing them from society so that they won't be a problem in the future. And what do you mean would have never been a problem in the first place? How do you know which pit bulls in society are not going to attack someone? How'd you find that out? How can you sit there and say something like that and expect people to just take your word for it? How do you know that a whole population of pit bulls were not going to attack anybody in the future? What are you talking about? We don't know which one of them are going to attack, and that's exactly why they're getting removed. These people don't make no sense. Y'all don't make no sense. You pit bull advocates, your arguments, they're ridiculous. He goes on, he said, and listen, we want to get rid of the mixed breeds. While you're talking, he said, it will get the ones seized or killed that were never a problem in the first place, or have one of these breeds in them. So, some of them, they might be mixed breeds, not technically pit bulls. Again, we don't care. We want the pit bulls gone, all their mixes, all of that, all of the bully. They all got to go. Cane Corsos, all of them. He said that's why identification is important, because many dogs that simply appear to look like it's mixed with or is one of these breeds, even if it has nothing to do with them, or the dog is absolutely not aggressive, are ripped from their families and more often than not killed. Listen, every single time, just like I said before, a dog is called a pit bull, that dog is in fact a bully breed. It may not be technically a pit bull. And we're telling you, we don't care. It doesn't matter. It's that bully gene that needs to be gotten rid of. What is it about that you don't understand? That breed that was bred for fighting, that's what makes them dangerous. They all have the exact same attack style. They're all very, very muscular dogs. Crossing them does not rob them of that muscularity. Very powerful jaw muscles. When they clamp down, hold and shake, it's virtually impossible to get them to stop. We want to get rid of dogs like that. That's what the breed ban is all about. Getting rid of dogs like that. Powerful, hold, shake, and don't stop attacking. They attack until the victim is dead. It's the behavior. It really has nothing to do with your worthless breed. The ban itself is about eliminating a particular behavior. And it just so happens that behavior is exclusive to bully breeds. Not totally, but most accurately. Other dogs can bite down, hold, and shake, but they are nowhere near as tenacious as bully breeds. And I don't think they are as impervious to pain as bully breeds are when bully breeds attack. I believe it's easier to deter other dogs. It's actually been proven that it's easier to deter other dogs from an attack or from engaging in combat than it is with bully breeds. You've heard the saying, they won't stop. They won't let go. It's a very prolonged attack. We want to get rid of that behavior. The breed-specific laws, the bans, are designed to get rid of that behavior. Don't tell me that any dog on the planet can carry out these types of attacks. Get out of here. What type of fool do you take us for? Now, you're a young kid. You haven't really had anybody put you in your place, I can tell. So you should be happy that it's happening on a low level like the YouTube platform. Because you being the actual trainer, you don't want potential customers finding out that you're this incompetent. Okay? This is okay for the everyday pit nutter to believe, but you want to be a professional, you off onto the wrong foot. Now look at this. He said identification is important because many dogs that looks like it's mixed with, look, of course, this is a horrible, tragic incident, but the reality is this has less to do with the breed and more about irresponsible owners. Yeah, the irresponsible owners are the ones that acquire this breed. That makes sense? Does that make sense? And again, don't talk about no dogs not being aggressive. Because all of those bully breeds that attack people were said to not be aggressive before the attack. That's not proof or evidence either. Yet another crazy statement. Less to do with breed and more about irresponsible owners. Yeah, if you want a fighting breed, a breed that was bred to fight bulls, yeah, that makes you the most irresponsible. Owners of those other large vicious breeds are also irresponsible, but you're more so. 9 times out of 10, pit bulls will kill the other large vicious breed. Now, with that said, it really wouldn't even make sense to only ban bully breeds and not ban German shepherds. You know, these other large vicious mutts that can do serious damage. For the most part, pit bulls, they leave you with the type of injuries. Now, as I always say, injuries, the severity of the injury should always be considered when you talk about, or with anything, they consider the severity of injuries in the court of law. So why shouldn't it apply when it comes to regulating or banning dogs? Now, this person made a GoFundMe, and they just shared their injuries of the pit bull attack. And you should see these injuries. Can y'all see this pop up right now? Here, let me see if y'all can see this. Let me see what y'all looking at. Okay, no, y'all can't see it. You can't see this pop up that I'm looking at on my screen. Well, wait a minute. Let me not say that yet. Maybe you can. Let me try one more time. Can y'all see that? No, you can't see it. I'm going to share a link. God damn it. Sorry about that. This is his Instagram. Where is it? Okay, yeah, sorry. This is his Instagram. Now, I don't know how old he is, but it looks young. But he says he's a dog trainer. You see it right here. Dog trainer. You look young. Listen here, kid. Your profession is about to come crumbling down right before you. Here it is. I'm going to share a link to this. I want to show it but it's so gruesome, it might get me in trouble. So I'm going to share a link now in the chat room. Okay. Okay, I got to refresh my chat because this thing is all messed up. Okay, my chat room has frozen. Bear with me, please. Shout out to everybody. A lot of people in here. Hey, how many of y'all off for today? Did y'all get today off? I know a lot of people working. A lot of people still working today. Uh-oh. So hopefully you all enjoying the day off like me. This is the guy that I'm talking about, this self-proclaimed trainer. I shared a link to that GoFundMe. That guy's injuries, ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you telling me these things to prefer to attack kids? No, they have no place in society. No place in society. These tired talking points about it being all about irresponsible owners. On its face, that's a poor argument. Very poor. When you're talking about something that's extremely deadly and that actually wants to attack and gets off on attacking, you can't lecture me on how you can own one and still be a responsible person. You know how disrespectful that is? That's disrespectful. I don't want to hear about how responsible of a person you are, even though you are in possession of one of these. Who do you think you're talking to? You see what I'm saying? When pit bull lovers try to use this thing about irresponsible owners, they really bury themselves. If anything requires so much responsibility, it's probably because you shouldn't have it in the first place. If you need these special skills and techniques, y'all remember this story that just surfaced about that lady walking 8 dogs? I think she was killed. She was attacked. She was walking like 8 dogs. Some dog trainer went public. I knew I should have shared that article. Some dog trainer went public and some journalist made an article out of what he said. This dog trainer said that you should not walk any more dogs than you're capable of controlling. And he said no more than 2 dogs. These people can't control one. And why would you be so reckless to say something like that when you know full well that there are a lot of small people out here with not much physical strength? You sitting up here telling them that it's okay to walk 2 pit bulls, 2 German shepherds, 2 dogs at once. What are you talking about? One of these dogs will drag these people. You can look up the videos yourself. They're all over the internet of people being dragged by one dog. These so-called behaviorists and trainers, these people are the most unprofessional, uneducated people I ever seen in my life. I've never seen a group of so-called professionals who are experts and focus on putting out misinformation. That's pretty much their occupation. Their profession, they specialize in putting out misinformation, lies, stuff that's just not true. And I'm telling you, through and through, the dog culture is all about scamming, lying and scamming. How many of y'all saw that story surface the other day? This one right here. This one right, listen to this. Listen to this as I digress. Listen, pit nutters, I'm done with you as far as that is. I might come back. Yeah, I'm going to come back to you pit bull nutters. I'm about to digress here for a minute into this sick cult of yours.
Now an investigation that only gets more unbelievable with every revelation. At least 2 local families are out thousands of dollars to a dog trainer they thought would work miracles for their pets. But Julie Frendak pieces together what really happened during months of alleged training and shares those families' fights to get their pets back.
Goose is the light of the Staben family.
Loves everybody, everything.
But they knew their big ball of love needed some serious training.
He marks, he tears up everything, he screams.
He urinates everywhere, he tears up everything.
It's like a bark.
It screams. Yeah, who wouldn't want something like that in their home? How on earth did so many people get convinced to own creatures like this is beyond me.
But more like a yodel. He is excited about everything.
Excited
excited
about everything? Man, that sounds like a very dysfunctional creature. You can give that description that she just gave to anybody and ask them to guess what animal they're talking about. They'll say dog every time. Because this mutant behavior is exclusive to mutants. That's why I've been saying this for years. That dog behavior, the way they behave overall in general, it's not normal animal behavior. It's mutant behavior because they're mutants. And this proves it. Again, you could give these behavioral traits to anyone and ask them to guess what type of animal you're talking about. They're all going to say dog.
Leash.
Sarah Staben searched.
What'd she say about
like
a leash?
Bark, but more like a yodel. He is excited about everything. Horrible on a leash.
Horrible on a leash. Man, if you can sell this to the majority of people in this country, you can sell people anything. If you've ever thought of something that you want to develop and sell, do it. I'm going to put this book out with full confidence. It'll be a short, simple book. I don't care. I'm doing it. Then I'm going to go straight to another project, people. There ain't no time to waste. This is what an example. They can sell over 50% of the country population. One of these vicious mutants, you can sell people anything.
Sarah Staben searched for local dog trainers and came across Duke City Dog Academy in Albuquerque and the owner, Renee.
The first call I had with her, she said she was getting off a session working with the police dogs for the Albuquerque Police Department. And I thought, well, if she can train a police dog, surely she can train my ridiculous lab.
Okay, long story short, this trainer.
The initial stage was a $1,200.
Whoa, listen to this. This trainer just took her money and took her dog. She takes people's dogs and pretends to train them when she really don't do nothing with them. And people, a lot of them do that. Let me back this up a little bit.
For 5 weeks of dog training.
So y'all gotta hear that.
She said she was getting off a session working with the police.
And searched for local dog trainers and came across Duke City Dog Academy in Albuquerque and the owner, Renee.
The first call I had with her, she said she was getting off a session working with the police dogs for the Albuquerque Police Department. And I thought, well, if she can train a police dog, surely she can train my ridiculous lab. The initial stage was a $1,200 deposit and then $1,600.
$1,200 deposit and then $1,600. Huh? See, it's through and through. It's nothing but a scam.
For a total of $2,800 for 5 weeks of dog training.
$2,800 for 5 weeks of training. A big, dumb, worthless, useless, good-for-nothing, vermin, disease-ridden parasite with legs. Over a 5-week period? Really? These people teach these mutts a couple tricks and give them back to you and take $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Yeah, this is why there's so many people getting into this.
Renee took Goose for 5 weeks of training on November 8th. Her assistant texted the Stabens almost immediately with updates about Goose's progress, but no pictures or videos at first. And when the pictures finally did come,
he had a leash around his neck, and he was looking back at the camera with his ears slicked back, which is not usual for him, and he looked thin in the picture.
Goose was supposed to go home mid-December. Text messages show Renee's assistant Amber said her boss usually doesn't like to send them home the same week as Christmas, as it's hard on the families to manage. Then explained their office would be closed until January 2nd for the holidays, but assured the family training would continue during that time.
January 2nd came around when they were supposed to be back in office, and I said, "Hey, Amber, I'd love a go home date today, and I'd love a phone call with Renee."
Sarah says that phone call never happened, and still no go home date. After a week of failed attempts, Sarah turned to the biggest pet group she could find on Facebook.
Okay, yeah, that was it. So yeah, she posted this, and they found some
asking
other
if
guy.
anyone had experience.
They found some other guy who experienced the same thing. Look at this. I mean, this is all kinds of crazy. Yeah, here it is right here. They went up to the place, knocked on the door. Check this out.
My dogs, and I swear I hear one of them in there right now.
Look at this.
Should be open. It's 3:45.
And that's when we met Jonathan Steinberg.
I just came back to see if I could hear my dogs, and I swear I hear one of them in there right now.
He's in the same position as the Stabens. Jonathan handed over his two labs, Duncan and Cooper, to Renee a week after Goose went to training. And how much money did you pay her for this?
Over $7,595.
Over $7,500 this guy paid. Over $7,500. And all this woman does is take their dog, keep them there, starve them, because when these people got these dogs back, the dogs were emaciated. Listen, this is crazy.
Was it all going as planned?
No, everything was going as fine in the beginning, and then when it came to the time when they were getting picked up, I started calling and calling and calling. She would not give me, I swear that's my dog.
See, that's these dog lovers. See, these dog lovers, they come across this channel, they think we the bad guys. When actually the behaviorists and trainers and veterinarians all the while are doing stuff like this to you. Claiming to train your mutt, they ain't training nothing. If they'll lie about this, they'll lie about anything, just like they do. I told you, they specialize in lies and deception. That's what these shelters is all about. So it's a big, big profession of nothing but lie, deceit, deceive. That's all this dog code is about.
We were there as
this woman keeps people's dogs and charges them an incredible amount of money.
Animal control officers checked the property for the second time in as many days. Still, with
okay, now look at this. Look at the end of this. Man, it's really infuriating. Okay, the dogs was all, they were thinner, and they'd have like a bunch of marks and stuff on them. But ain't no telling what that is. These are said that they're saying that these are abrasions or whatever, but this mutt could have any type of nastiness. Who knows? Dogs always got something nasty going on with them. But look at the end of this broadcast here.
And one of them had multiple abrasions on his mouth and paws.
Yeah, they're emaciated. I mean, you finally got a hold of Lisa Berry on the phone today, Julie. So what is she saying for herself?
Well, she said she had to leave town suddenly because of a family emergency last week. Before that, she said she had a bad case of the flu in December, so she put some dogs at the fully staffed Love and Care boarding kennel where workers were supposed to care for them.
So she saw Goose's condition when officers returned him to his family. I mean, he's so skinny.
Exactly, yeah, and she claims he lost the weight over the few weeks when she was sick and then dealing with that family emergency. She says it happened while she left the dogs in someone else's care, who she mentioned multiple times is no longer with the business. So
people, already, this news segment is over 7 minutes. Do y'all ever remember journalists spending this much time, not only on the story, but at the end of the story, The ending of this is like 10 times as long as the others, as it usually is. All because of a dog. Stop acting like dogs are this important. They're not important at all. They are a burden. This is such a sick level of concern for a species not our own. This is above and beyond what you see with humans being concerned about other humans in any way. Are any of you as passionate about these kids in orphanages all across the country in foster care? Are y'all this passionate about child abuse cases that go on every year? My channel is basically a crime channel. Much of it has to do with child abuse. All of you owners, you dog owners, you are abusing your kids through neglect. Where's your passion for that? No, you concerned about dogs, creatures that are absolutely worthless and useless to us. Nothing. They are just nothing but trouble and nastiness.
So about the business, we know that she had an active license for Duke City Dog Academy on Thursday, just a few days ago. Yesterday, the business was marked as permanently closed, and that seems very convenient timing.
Yeah, we asked her about that. She said the decision has been in motion since last year for a few reasons that have nothing to do with this, she assured us. We're still waiting on a final report from Animal
They are so concerned.
Welfare about the conditions they...
Let's just spend 7 minutes and 50 seconds. This thing almost 8 minutes long. They banging on and on about a couple dogs where nothing happened to them. They're still alive. They didn't die. But you was hustled by a fellow dog lover. And this woman, she's a dog lover. Make no mistake. The woman who took the dogs, the owner of the shelter, make no mistake, she's definitely a dog lover. But you see how much some of them love dogs. And this lady only look at these dogs as a way to make money. And her whole occupation was just about scamming people. And it's the same for all these other trainers. Caesar, all of them. All Caesar do is force your dog to submit to him. And then he gets you to do some of the things that he do. Okay, he'll keep it, train it with his program. And then he'll just tell you to do the same thing that he does to get a response from the dog. And there's the magic. He's now trained. Follow up with some of these stories. I bet you some of these mutts went right back to how they've always been. So through and through, this is just a criminal cult. This dog culture. It's all about lying, deception. The whole dog training industry, lie, deception. All of the reports, all of the explanations given by their experts on why dogs attack. All about lies and deception. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pivot right back to these pit nutters. How y'all doing this morning? Hope y'all still with me out here. We got 51 people in here. What are y'all doing still up? Shout out to everybody who got today off. Y'all know I went to work. Set my stupid behind up there at the desk, started working for like 45 minutes. Boss had to tell me, what are you doing? I had to check my text, and he sent me a text yesterday. I wasn't supposed to come in. I was disappointed, but I'm happy. I'm happy now. Hope y'all doing all right. This is the ad that I was talking about. And, shout out to attorney Kenneth Phillips. Kenneth Phillips is, like I said, one of the OGs of this movement. He truly deserves he should be on our Mount Rushmore. Because he started so early. He got the ball rolling in 1998. And at the time, He said he was the only dog bite attorney in the country. 1998. Do y'all know how many dog bite attorneys you have now today? There's several of them. Several of them. The man really shook up the game. And, you know, this article on Viral Nova had something to say about the ad that he published around Super Bowl time. Y'all remember, I talked about this, Kenneth Phillips. This was the ad. Let's go back. This was real clever. He published this around the same time as the Super Bowl. So when people saw it online, they thought it was a real Super Bowl commercial. Yeah. One breed killed 75% of the people who were killed by dogs in 2017. Somewhat 6% of the dog population, responsible 75% of those who were mauled. Those who were killed. You want to talk to me about responsible dog owners? Oh, this is no different. No different from any other breed. Oh, don't discriminate. Oh, you just don't like the way that they look. But I digress. They just come up with anything. But look at this nasty article that Viral Nova wrote. Said the horrible Super Bowl ad this guy wants to air will make animal lovers so angry. While dog lovers and animal organizations have been working hard to end the stigma surrounding pit bulls, others unfortunately still use fear-mongering to push their biased agendas to ban the breed. What fear-mongering? He didn't use no fear-mongering tactics. He didn't use no biased agenda. He shared a fact. He shared information that you can go and validate. You think just because you call facts agendas that they become agendas? They become fear-mongering? Ain't nothing fear. You think that there's something cool about ignoring important statistics like that inform you of just how dangerous these creatures are. You think that's somehow righteous and admirable to completely ignore how dangerous something is? So you think it's hip and cool to be dumb and ignorant and to not act on information. Get out of here, man. Like I said, this movement is easy. It's easy for people to support this because it's that good old-fashioned common sense. People are not going to follow this nonsense right here. But he made this, and he's talking about how it won't be a real commercial, okay? Because this caused a lot of controversy. This is 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, January 2018. Fortunately, look what we wrote here. Fortunately, his propaganda won't be airing during the big game due to the cost of the 30-second post. And this is a tweet by Kenneth Phillips. He said, unfortunately, the network, see, he wanted it to be an actual Super Bowl commercial. But then he saw the price. He's like, nah. He said the networks want $5 million to air a 30-second spot. Okay. So he said the only way to help innocent people to avoid this dangerous animal is to retweet, post, etc. Okay. So that's Kenneth Phillips. Let me see if this because I don't think he is as active. I don't think he's as active on Twitter as he used to be. Let me see. Pull him up here, which is very unfortunate. He needs to get back into the game. See, his last tweet was December last year. Okay, it was just last month, but you know, I'd like to see him a little more active. Get back in the game. People like this need to tour the country, and we need to support people like this. Let them hold a seminar, let them hold a lecture. We pay our $10, $15, $20. Get in, support this man. He can be on his way, go to the next city. We can hit 12 cities in a year or more and enlighten the people. Be in front of them. That's what we need. So that was funny. Let me see. He don't even have 1,000 followers. Be sure to follow Kenneth Phillips, attorney Kenneth Phillips, OG Crusader, popped up in 1998. Now, back to this article. It started a lot of controversy. Obviously, a bunch of pit bull lovers going to be mad. But look at what this article wrote. Now, this article obviously is against Kenneth Phillips. This is a pro pit bull website or article, definitely journalist. And he wrote, people who watched were quick to point out the glaring fact Phillips declined to address. There are dog owners, especially those who participate in illegal fighting rings, who intentionally train dogs to be violent and aggressive. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't talked to Kenneth Phillips, but I can guarantee you he's not afraid to respond to that statement. It's funny how they said this, how he wrote this, as if this is so formidable. We got you with that. Oh, come on, man. What is your point anyways? Saying, okay, again, said there are dog owners who intentionally train dogs to be violent and aggressive. That's true. That's true. That don't change the statistics. Don't nothing change. Pit bulls still lead in several categories. But if you're trying to assume that all of the pit bulls that have ever attacked anybody was actually trained to fight and attack, I can tell you right now, that's a lie. And second of all, how did you find that out? Haven't y'all heard me ask that same question so many times over and over? I'm being consistent. How did you find that out? I can apply my train of questioning to every pit bull advocate because they all say the same stupid thing. So to assume that all pit bulls that have ever attacked anyone was trained to fight and attack is senseless. You don't deserve to debate certain people when you say stuff like that. And it's not, being pompous or nothing. It's just that nobody wants to waste time on somebody who's with such a low IQ. Let's just be real about it. This is low IQ stuff. What's your point? Other breeds were not bred for fighting. Dogs in general are already fighting creatures, attacking creatures that attack. They're already violent. That's their instinct. Their instinct is to bite. When they get in dog packs, they establish rank through fighting, through biting. Don't sit there and try to tell us that fighting and being violent is not in a dog's nature. It's in their nature. If there are no people around to train them to be violent, they're going to be violent and going to fight each other. That's the only way they know how to behave and communicate. So what is you talking about? They come out of the womb biting and fighting and attacking. I've shown freshly born puppies attacking, being violent. What are you talking about? You lose brain cells going back and forth with these people. That's why I can't have no real debate with these people. I'll share something that they said and respond to it. That's the most I do. And look what they wrote. If at one point we ban pit bulls because they are harmful, another breed will be chosen to be a fight dog. No, pit bulls were not simply chosen to be a fight dog. You see how slick they are with this deception? Look, guess who's choosing them? People. Owners of these dogs choose to train them to fight. Then it'll be a German Shepherd. See how they did that? Pit bulls were bred. You know, dogs, like I said, are all already naturally violent. But then they bred a specific breed for violence, for fighting. And they ended up with a creature with a lot more muscle, with incredible speed, and with a unique, very destructive attack style. Do you understand? It is because they were bred to fight bulls. They were bred to fight creatures much bigger than themselves. That is why they were bred for dog fighting. Y'all remember dog fighting rose in popularity after the bull fighting. So you tell me, is this a strong argument? Is this even credible? Trying to argue that pit bulls are no different from any other dog and people just happen to choose pit bulls for fighting. Get out of here. This sounds like a kid. And I've gone right back in full circle. These people sound like young, immature, brainless kids who don't know nothing. Because this is just too much to me. Now look at this. This is the icing on the cake. This writer said, perhaps the best arguments came from the people who shared adorable photos and videos of their pit bull to put Kenneth Phillip in his place. Did y'all hear that? The writer of this article said that these pit bull lovers put Kenneth Phillips in his place by posting images of themselves with their pit bull. You can't make this up. Now again, people, I didn't know much about Matt Walsh before I shared that tweet. I mentioned Matt Walsh. But it's no surprise he's a conservative. A lot of conservatives don't like pit bulls. And for the record, my ethnic group, Black Americans, have historically, traditionally been conservative. We've always been conservative and had conservative values. So it's no surprise that some of the things that he says I agree with in regard to pit bulls. Well, it's same with that Alice, that Beth chick. She's another conservative, but he made another tweet. He made this just a few days ago. Matt Walsh said, every pit bull argument is just a picture of a pit bull not actively engaged in eating a child. That's literally their entire argument. And he said, I have to confess that I don't find it terribly persuasive. Doesn't that describe what we just looked at? Right here, that the writer of this article referred to as the best arguments. The writer said that these were the best arguments. Pictures of people's pit bull not actively mutilating someone. And just as we have said so many times before, they truly believe that this is an argument. They truly believe that this proves something. Genuinely, they believe that in their heart, which tells you what? Their IQ. Listen, I don't take no pleasure in pointing this out. This is sad. This is sad. The internet has given people a way to totally expose exactly how ignorant and dumb they are, how slow they are, how low of an IQ they have. And I'd rather see them change. So, and when you scroll, you can see that these people who post these photos, they didn't make an argument. Their whole goal was to just post a photo of a pit bull that's not actually attacking anyone. What's your point? What does this prove and how? Do you understand the importance of making an argument, making a point, proving something? Do you understand that? But these people, they just insist on doing that. Oh, pit bulls are dangerous, huh? Here, look at this photo of mine. Real dangerous, huh? Do y'all know every single pit bull, for the most part, or at least almost every pit bull that has ever attacked anyone, there's a picture of those dogs somewhere just like this, where it's not actively attacking people. Oh, man, I'm losing brain cells just trying to explain this to pit bull lovers. I mean, it's what a job. My hands are full. My hands are full, ladies and gentlemen. But this is as far as the pit bull propaganda could possibly go. This is the best argument that they have. No matter where you find them, I'm talking all over the internet, this is their best argument. Pit bulls are misidentified. They cry about how not all the bully breeds that are called pit bulls are actually pit bulls. And the other part of their argument here, look at a picture of my pit bull not currently ripping my throat out, or ripping my face off, or scalping my child. Well, if that's the case, bring it on. Bring it on, pit nutters. There's a reason why I invite you to these live streams. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you so bad. I guarantee all of you, this year I will be taking calls. I don't care if I have to give you a number, you call me, and I have to put the phone up to the microphone. I'm going to get some feedback from people in 2023. We are going to get this year started on the right foot, started and ended. But yeah, their arguments, this is why they don't debate people. This is why Matt made this tweet. Their argument is just a picture. You go to the dodo, their argument is just a video. He tried to explain that to him. He said, yes, this picture of your pit bull not currently mauling someone clearly proves that he would never maul anyone. Pit bull owners continue to demonstrate their brilliance in a debate. This is sad. Yes, he's being sarcastic, but this is sad. And actually, you could take this statement right here as his way of trying not to allow your stupidity to sadden him. The best way to actually deal with it is to make a light joke about it. Because we don't want to focus in on how dim-witted you are to make these types of arguments. You know, a big reason why I make my channel, I make my videos, and I have this channel is because I admire human beings. I've talked about this. I admire human beings. I'm a massive fan. I'm fascinated by human beings more than I'm fascinated by anything else in the universe. So I'm not saying this out of malice. I want you to smarten up. Y'all have no argument. There's no way to defend the existence of pit bulls, of bully breeds in society. There's no way to defend their presence in society without sounding ignorant, foolish, and dim-witted. Don't be a part of that crowd. Join us. Right? Shout out to everybody. 59. I hope y'all had the day off. Boy, I'm soaking this up. It's only like 9:30 my time. I'm feeling good. This will be a short work week. Only have to work 4 days rather than 5. Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody. I see Shar in the building. Big shout out to Ashar. Good looking out for the good tweets. A lot of good information. Did y'all see? I shared this video on Twitter with this disgusting looking thing. Hey, let me show y'all this, because I want somebody to tell me what this is. I've never seen anything like this. People, what is this? Can y'all see this? What is this? People, what was that? What is that? That looks like a giant open womb. It looks like a giant hole in this mutt's body. What is that? You got dogs just roaming around communities with all these crazy diseases. Again, people, why is it always dogs that pop up with these strange diseases and infections? What on earth is that? Really? If anybody knows, please fill me in. Please fill me in. If any of you can speak this language right here, tell me what this says. I don't know what language this is. Where is this guy? Okay, yeah, I don't know where he's at. Is it Turkish? Yusuf, if you see this, please help me translate. What in the world is that? Again, on Twitter, there are a lot of things that you can watch on Twitter that you can't watch on YouTube, which is a big reason why I say Twitter has some advantages. But this was another example that I talk about all the time, and I always have to point this out. Let me see here. Once again, got a man minding his business. He fought him off, but you saw he was minding his business, walking. The dog got up right here, and then all the others joined in. This was an unprovoked attack. And this is why I keep saying to these behaviorists and trainers, stop saying that when dogs attack kids that it was provoked. Stop saying that. Just stop it. You have no right to make that assumption. Also, you have no right to talk about children's misbehavior when you try to give people advice on how to reduce dog attacks on kids. You have no right to point your finger or even bring up kids' behavior, because it's a part of dogs' DNA to attack unprovoked. Attacking unprovoked is their instinct. And you have a lot of witnesses, a lot of people with hands-on experience that dogs attack unprovoked. And they are adults. They are police officers. They are everyday people like this gentleman. They can bear witness that dogs attack unprovoked. And they'll all tell you the same thing. Every single time a person is attacked by a dog, it's unprovoked. So all of you adults who've been attacked, you need to bear witness that no, dogs are not provoked. They're not provoked. Kids don't provoke these things. These are just loose cannons, ticking time bombs. They don't have to be bully breeds. These dogs would have killed a child. These dogs kill people all the time. And this is a violation of the law. And it's a violation of basic human decency. Basic human morals. I'm babbling. Now I'm babbling. Let me get out of here. Big shout out to everybody who was able to join me for this live stream. And I hope to see you all back on the next as we continue with this crusade.